Hey everybody, welcome back to the Balanced Vibes podcast. This is episode 55 and my name is Kersten. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I never take it for granted that you are here because I know that there are so many other things you could be doing, but you have chosen to spend this 20 minutes with me. So I'm really grateful for that. So thank you so much. Today we're talking about exercise and why you should probably do less exercise and why it's definitely not necessary to do 3 workouts a day. Some people do it, believe it or not. I don't know, maybe that's you too who's doing 3 workouts a day. I want to tell you that this is not necessary at all. And not only that, it's probably also harmful for your health. And the reason why I want to talk about it is that I had a conversation with somebody I know. We're not close friends, but we know each other. And she told me that she is on this plan right now. It's a weight loss plan or fat loss plan, body composition change, call it what you want, a plan. And in this plan, part of the plan is of course, workouts and the diet. And the workouts are 3 workouts a day. I'm not kidding you, 3 workouts a day. And it's a combination of strength and cardio, and some sessions are cardio only. So this really got me thinking, why are we doing so much? And I wanted to bring you my thoughts on that today, why this way of training is not necessary, why it can be harmful, and how to get better results without doing so much. Before we start, make sure that you get my Fit Physique guide. It's a completely free guide that tells you everything you need to know about protein. Why is it important to get your protein in? What are the foods where you can find protein? I even have an example of day of eating. It's not a meal plan, but it's just one example of how to eat to get this right amount of protein in. And also, what are the results that you can start seeing after you have significantly increased your protein intake. And I put together this guide because I realized that this is something that helped me change my body a lot. I'm not only talking about physique, although that too. I did put on a lot of muscle. I started looking so much stronger, not only looking stronger, but also getting stronger. And that's the internal thing. I got so much stronger, physically stronger, and also my sleep has gotten better. My blood sugar is way more normal because I'm strength training and I'm eating a high protein diet, something that I was not paying attention to before at all. And it was really important for me to put together this guide because I realized after I had started seeing the results that I got from high protein diet, how much can really change. And I want you to be able to experience the same thing so that you stop being so tired all the time, so that you stop being like, okay, why am I not getting any results from my workouts? So that you stop being so depressed and anxious all the time, because protein has a lot to do with that as well. Your brain needs protein for better mood and for better cognition and all of that. And of course, for building your metabolism. We want to have a flexible metabolism, which means that it's a really thriving metabolism. And you can think about it this way. Your metabolism wants to be like a big truck that takes in a lot of fuel and then burns through it well. You don't want to be a small city car. I think I have used this analogy on the podcast before too, which can barely like go up the hill and is struggling. So if this is how you feel right now, metabolically, like you're struggling to get through the day, you don't have that, energy, that power. You are that tiny city car and you want to be that big and powerful truck instead. We're not talking about environmental concerns right now. I'm just using this analogy for you to understand why you want to have a thriving metabolism. Another big plus of having a thriving metabolism is that you can eat a lot more food, and we're going to talk about it today as well. So you can eat a lot more food, and if your metabolism is flexible and healthy, you will not gain weight forever. This is one of the biggest fears that so many women have, that if I start eating more, I'm going to continue gaining weight forever and ever and ever. But this is not true, especially if you get your protein high, especially if you're willing to put in a little bit of work and see how your macronutrients should look like, then you can achieve this metabolism that doesn't freak out when you skip a day at the gym or if you eat a cupcake. This is just not going to happen. So this really, really cool thing about metabolism. And of course, the blood sugar, if you have more muscle in the body, which is what protein helps a lot with, is that you're just burning through sugars really nicely and you're feeling much better, and you're going to have less hormonal imbalances, and you're just feeling healthier overall. So that's why I put together this protein guide. Make sure that you get it. It's completely free, and I do have a gift for those of you who act quickly and grab this guide before it goes away. It is completely free for now, just like I said, so make sure that you go ahead and grab it. It's everywhere. It is in the show description. It is on YouTube, and it's also in my Instagram bio if this is where you are following me. Okay, but moving on to today's topic, and doing a lot of workouts in order to lose weight quickly and get rid of the body fat quickly. And like I said, this person that I know, she said in this program they're doing 3 workouts a day. And to me, this is just not sustainable, but not only that, it can also be very unhealthy. And the first thing I want to point out is that if the goal is to change the body shape or size or body composition, then doing more workouts is actually not as important as your diet. So the diet is always the first dial mover. If you want to change your body in any direction, you have to start with the diet. Workouts, yes, they are important, because workouts, especially weightlifting, they give your muscles the shape and the size, that really sculpted look. This is what you cannot achieve with eating only. But if you want to start losing some body fat and some body weight, then eating is the first thing. And this is where I see a lot of people go wrong. They think, okay, I just have to do more cardio. I have to do more HIIT workouts. And this is why they sign up for like 5 high intensity classes per week. And then they add in cardio wherever they can, even though they are already exhausted, even though they already cannot sleep, even though they are just so hungry all the time and depleted, they keep pushing their bodies more. And now if we do 3 workouts a day, we can only imagine what happens to our bodies internally, right? So what happens is that our poor adrenals are pumping out all this cortisol, the stress hormone. And that, if there's too much cortisol, it can do a lot of damage in the body. It can make you extremely exhausted all the time. It can make sleep really, really difficult. You either cannot go to sleep, or you wake up multiple times a night to go use the bathroom. You're in the morning, you're really, really tired. If we never treat that, if we never give our bodies the opportunity to calm down, then this high cortisol situation may actually end up with low cortisol. And this is the situation where you even cannot get up in the morning anymore from bed. You are just chronically tired. You're all the time tired. You're probably eventually not even able to do your workouts. Just get your butt to the gym becomes extremely difficult, and you just cannot do it. The other thing that starts happening when we do 3 workouts a day, or even it doesn't have to be 3 a day, it can be like 1 every day. If it's too much, then it's going to start messing with our thyroid hormones. And this is even the case if you go to a doctor, you're like, okay, something's up, I don't know what it is, and they test your thyroid hormones, the thyroid stimulating hormone. They say, oh, everything's fine, you're perfect. You're like, okay, I must be crazy then. But what they a lot of times don't test is the T3 and T4. We want to have enough of this usable form of the thyroid hormone, which is the T3, and it gets converted from T4. So from T4 to T3. And if there's something up with this conversion, then we feel tired and sluggish and have all these low thyroid symptoms, even though if the TSH, the thyroid stimulating hormone, looks normal. So when our thyroid gets downregulated, which happens when our adrenals are going like 200 miles a minute, then we start having symptoms such as hair loss, such as having cold hands and feet all the time. Also, the tip of your nose is going to feel really cold. You're feeling like chilly all the time when everybody else is never chilly, and you're the only ones who's always cold. And so now your adrenals work extra hard to pump that cortisol up, and then your thyroid slows down. And when these things happen, of course, you're going to start getting hormonal imbalances too. And if you are already more sensitive to it, let's say that you have had issues with your periods, you're already more prone to that type of thing. All you have to do is just stress your body a little bit out. You just a little bit stress your body out a little bit more to start having issues with your periods again, your fertility, your sex drive, your sex hormones, progesterone is a big one. So we start having a lot of problems with them. And then our goal is to lose body fat, which becomes nearly impossible because your body is just so stressed out. Imagine you're doing 3 workouts a day, even if they're 30 minutes long. You're doing 3 of them a day. When do you rest? So your body is extremely stressed out. And the last thing it wants to do when it's stressed out is to let go of any body fat, because this is its protection mechanism. I'm not going to give away anything right now. Like, I feel like everything is like stripped away from me anyways, all the energy sources. So why would I let go of that body fat? I'm not going to do that. And that's why actually many women eventually, even though in the beginning they may lose weight and lose fat, eventually all that stops and they get to this situation where they can do tons more cardio, add more cardio, cut the calories even lower, and then they're gaining weight. They're gaining like visible belly fat. They have this thing around their midsection. And it's because of the stress response, because the body is really freaking out and does not want you to let go of any body fat. So that's why I think in the beginning, even if you think, okay, cool, I'm going to do this program, it's going to be so amazing, 3 workouts a day, pushing my cardio, pushing my HIIT classes, all that kind of stuff, cool, losing weight, yes, but this is not a long-term solution. And you're going to pay for it because you're going to completely mess up your metabolism by doing it. And by the way, you don't have to do 3 workouts a day to get to this point. You can get to this point even if you do an hour of cardio. If this is too much for you, then this is it. This is enough. We also have to look at the contributing factors. What else is going on in our lives? What is making us more susceptible for stress? So that, maybe you have really difficult times at work. You're working long hours. You're working like 12-hour work days. This is a crazy, crazy stress. Then you come home and take care of your family. And then you try to get in the workouts and then you eat 1,000 calories a day. This is not how we're supposed to live. And always think, how many other stress factors do I have? Can I really afford to up my exercise all the time or right now? So I know personally for me, when I have more, busier season in my business or having more calls or having more clients onboarding, then I just know that this is not the time for me to do any intense exercise, which is, I don't do that honestly almost ever anymore anyways, but also cut back even on those lifting sessions and just go for a walk, because your energy is like pulled from all kinds of different directions, and you have to do what you can to manage all this. So now if you were a person who has nothing else to do and you're just exercising and you're really healthy and you're sleeping well, you're eating well, then multiple or 7 workouts a week maybe doesn't have such bad impact on your health. But even then, you have to monitor it and you have to adjust the exercise when things get harder, when you get more stressed, because otherwise you really are going to pay for it. And I'm going to have to say that again, the quick results that you see in the beginning, it's just not worth it. They are not sustainable because you're in constant caloric deficit. You are constantly overtraining. This is not doable. We cannot think that our bodies are just like bottomless resources sources of energy. It's not true. We don't have like endless amounts of energy. We have to also fill that cup if we want to pour something out of this cup. So I hope that you kind of keep that in mind. And the other part, of course, as always, is nutrition. So what this person told me, what they're doing is that they're doing 3 workouts a day, but then they're also on very low calorie diet and they're mostly vegan. Okay. So vegan diet is personally not my favorite, but I am not nobody to prescribe them like if they should be vegan or paleo, what they should be. I think that's everyone's personal decision. But what we know about vegan diets is that they are very low in protein and tend to be lower in calories too. And so now if we combine that with 3 workouts a day our bodies are probably screaming at us. So be really careful with that. Make sure that if you are eating mostly plant-based diet, that you are getting all the nutrients, because you have to be even more careful and you have to be even more aware of what you're eating, and that you're really getting those macro and micronutrients in, so that your body can keep doing what it's supposed to be doing. And the amounts of food that you have to eat if you are only plant-based to make up for 3 workouts a day, it's a lot. You have to eat a lot more. So again, don't try to take that shortcut and go from like, oh yeah, let's just do this quickly, let's lose that weight quickly, so that you just pay for it later. And I don't want to say it that way, but this is actually the truth, that there will be a price for it, not a price, price for it. Okay, so now we covered why it's not the best strategy to go after like workouts, do like million workouts and hammer our bodies really hard and drop the calories really low. What is the alternative? What's the alternative? How can you actually get that strong body, that healthy body, that metabolically flexible body? What is the way to get there? Because let me tell you, I believe that you are really tired of it also. You're tired of being in this wheel where you're just running and running and running and not getting anywhere. And even worse, maybe you are even gaining fat and increasing your body weight, all the things that you don't want. So the first thing is to really calm your body down and figure out the right nutrition for you. You cannot continue eating 1,000 calories, 1,200 calories a day. It's just not sustainable, because where are you going to go from there? It's already really, really low. And if you add these workouts, your net calories are going to be even less than 1,000 probably. So where are you going to go and cut from that? And your body, if it has already started storing more fat, then it has already showed you that there's nowhere to go. You cannot go any lower. So the only way to do it is to go higher. Okay. So we have to figure out the right nutrition for you. And, in the beginning of my coaching, I was very much like, okay, let's just add a ton of calories and until you feel good and let's do it this way. Recently, I have become way more strategic about it and helped people to increase their calories in small segments, so that they add a little bit and add a little bit, because that helps to maintain more muscle mass. Muscle mass is really important. Muscle tissue is really like a live tissue. You really want to have it in your body. So gradual increase in calories until we get to the point where your body can relax and breathe and kind of enjoy this new state where the calories are constantly coming in, so that you can feel like repaired and you can start enjoying workouts again. So first thing, we have to get your calories up. And we have to get your protein up. Remember to grab my protein guide, so that your body can start feeling healthier again. Now, when it comes to workouts, you should not be doing high intensity and a lot of cardio if you are tired, if you are burnt out. Much better things to do are to take a lot of rest, go on long walks, and then if you feel good, not talking about when you are super, super burnt out, then you may want to stay away from even strength training. But when you start feeling better, your body is restoring itself, your tissues and your cells and everything is getting stronger, and you feel more energized, then you're going to start adding weightlifting. And weightlifting, let's go from 3 workouts a week. We're literally going to go to like 3 or 4 workouts a week. Sorry, I meant to say let's go from 3 workouts a day, like I told you this example earlier. Let's go from there to 3 or 4 workouts a week. And these workouts should be heavy lifting workouts. And you shouldn't have any high intensity stuff there, like cardio or high knees or million jumping jacks or mountain climbers and that kind of stuff, kettlebell swings. These things are fine if a person is super, super healthy and if she wants to do it, and if she has no issues recovering, if she's not starving herself, if she's not doing the ridiculous 1,200 calorie diets or 3 workouts a day. But even if you are already healthy, you don't have to do that high intensity. You don't have to. And that's me too. I don't do any of this, almost never. I do some kettlebell swings. I guess that's the only thing that that's like most kind of closest to high intensity. Some kettlebell swings, sometimes, not all the time, and heavy lifting. And what you can achieve over several months by upping your calories, increasing your calories gradually, really upping your protein. And of course, we also have to see where your carbohydrates are, that you get enough of those too. So you start eating more, and then you start exercising the way I just described, 3-4 strength workouts a week, and you're going to see amazing results. You're going to see how your body gets so much stronger. You're going to get so much leaner. You're going to have energy. You're going to have better bowel movements. You're going to sleep better. And also very important, your mind will be much calmer, because you don't have this thing in your head all the time that's like buzzing here and telling you that you have to do another workout today. You have to do another high intensity session. You have to do another 60-minute run. So you're going to give your head and your mind so much freedom after you have given yourself this permission to chill the heck out and do just some strength training and some yoga. Yoga would be also amazing. Honestly, I would like to see everybody to do at least one yoga session a week. And you're going to feel so much better. There is no reason to do 3 workouts a day. I just want you to know that you never ever have to do that. You're not a professional athlete, right? And I don't think that professional athletes even work out 3 times a day, and maybe some of them do, I don't know. But even if they do, then we got to realize that this is their job. This is what they get paid for. This is like, a lot of them have like teams and people who help them, who prep their meals, and who make sure that everything else is taken care of, so that they can only focus on working out and recovery and eating. This is what their life looks like. So these people may do 2 workouts a day. Yes, maybe they do 3 workouts a day, but this is not what most of us do, right? Most of us are just regular exercisers who don't get paid for exercising. So let's not treat exercise this way, and let's really figure out what is good for our bodies. And the main thing here is proper nutrition, and then proper training, not overdoing anything, just giving our bodies enough stimulus so that they respond, but not overdoing it. So I hope this is helpful for you. I really want you to understand that, please, you got to realize your body needs rest as much as it needs exercise. And also, if you want to change your body composition, your body fat, then it all starts from your diet. So it's really important to get your diet right, to get your calories right, get your protein and then carbs and fats right. So this is the first thing to do. And then exercise alone is not going to change your body, but it definitely, if you combine it with, sorry, I take that back. I'm not going to say that exercise cannot change your body, but I'm going to say that if you add exercise to a already good diet, this is when you get really phenomenal results. And exercise is great for sculpting your body, changing the shape of your body. And this is something that you cannot do only with food. So, food, eat well, exercise well, and rest a lot. Understand that you are not an elite athlete. You don't have to do 2-3 workouts a day. 3-4 workouts a week is going to be enough, and you have to continue fueling your body if you want to get the results that you want to get. Nobody will let go body fat if it's stressed out, and then you're not going to see the results that you want to see if you keep pushing yourself harder and harder and harder. So these are my tips for you today. Make sure that you do get my protein guide. It's called the Fit Physique Formula. Again, the link is in my Instagram bio, it is in my YouTube, and also in the podcast show notes. So please go ahead and check it out. This is going to be really the first step for you to get started with getting your protein high, so that you can start enjoying all the health benefits from it, feeling stronger, feeling healthier, putting on muscle, and looking leaner as well. So this is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. If you ever have any questions, then my DMs are open for you. You can find me on Instagram at Kirsten Kimura. That's KERSTENKIMURA. So find me there, and I will talk to you again next time. Take care.